Her death in 2022 sure did seem like a crime.
Did you think at the time she was murdered?
To me, that was the most logical conclusion.
But 9 News Investigates found for months the investigation into the death of Meg Eberhardt stalled.
People don't die of natural causes looking like that.
3 years later, the man at the center of that investigation is now the one and only suspect in a pair of murders in Aurora.
Is he awake, sir?
Hey, are you okay?
9 News Investigates, a parolee, an unsolved death, and a system that's putting Coloradans at risk.
9 News Investigates Chris Vandervine joining us now. And Chris, you've been working with on the problems within the parole system for months now. In your latest case, it all surrounds an accident. Ricky Lee Roybal Smith, right? And he's been on parole now for 4 times since 2012.
Yeah, this is a man who's been on parole a number of times here in Colorado. The problem is that he just can't seem to stay out of trouble while he's on parole. This is a story we've reported on previously, where Roybal Smith was arrested and charged with the homicides, first-degree murder of 2 people on Colfax late last month. That's a story that got a lot of attention. But as we're investigating that case, and we've been investigating a number of cases, people on parole and assessments that haven't gone well with the state of Colorado, we found something else. And this is what we're going to report on tonight, but there's another death that's connected to him in a very strange way that happened in Inglewood in 2022. Didn't get any attention, but it probably needs to get more attention based upon what we found.
Well, connected to him how? Can you tell us now? Like what happened?
He was next to her, and she was screaming for help 7 times. This is a man who was on his previous stint on parole back in 2022 in Inglewood. There's a woman that screams a number of times, and then she ends up not breathing. And for whatever reason, Ricky Roybal Smith is right next to her. He runs away. And so what happens next is sort of what makes up the dynamic of this investigation. We sort of found it by accident, but it also sort of goes to show that this was a death that happened. There were homicide charges that were recommended by the police department back in 2022, but nothing happened. So he goes. He's still on parole, and now he's on parole again in 2025, and now he's connected to these deaths in 2025 in June. A lot going on here. It's a bit of a confusing story. We're going to tie up all the loose ends tonight at 10. But it's this issue of how is the state keeping tabs of people on parole, and also what's happening when they get investigated, and does parole know the extent of what's going on when they get investigated for perhaps, let's say, a murder case in 2022.
Right, and how does that disappear? Because you said initially that there was a report made with the police.
I can see I already have piqued your interest.
I know, we have to wait till 10 o'clock.
You say you're not answering any more questions?
I don't want to play too many games with this, because obviously this is an important story. There's a lot going on here. But this is a man that's, we've done extensive reporting on this individual. A little bit of background again here is that this is a man that's connected, charged with 2 murders back just late last month along Colfax. 2 people experiencing homeless were stabbed repeatedly within a few hours of each other. Aurora police eventually ended up moving 4 charges against Ricky Roybal Smith. When Ricky Roybal Smith, this is also the guy that you remember when he's in jail, in the Denver jail, his cellmate just turns up dead.
Yeah.
And we're told by Denver prosecutors that they're still examining that case. But I think what we found is another case, another death, potentially a 4th death associated with this individual who's been on parole since 2012. He's been on parole 4 times. This is somebody that probably needed to be watched a little bit more than he was. And I think what we're showing is that he wasn't. And I think there's some definite problems along the way.
Okay. Well, Chris, we'll be watching at 10.
You bet.
For your coverage here. Thank you. And here it is. You can watch our full 9 News Investigate story tonight at 9 and 10. Don't miss this.